Hi,
Hi.
welcome back. Reruns are a thing in basically every gacha game, because there are definitely some characters that people are really going to want, even after their banner term is over. And it's just stupid to not do reruns, because you'd just be actively losing money that way. Hoyo understands that perfectly, and while Genshin's rerun system has a few characters seemingly in prison, and honestly even Star Rail did at one point, that's about to change very soon. We just got news about an insane rerun schedule that we're going to be getting in 3.0, so let's talk about whether this is good or bad. Of course, this is going to contain leaks about the rerun banner, so if you don't want any of that, click off now. Before we start, you should like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this in the future, and join the Express Rain Discord server where you can find people to chat with about Star Rail and just about everything else. We also have a content creator dedicated chat in the server where you can discuss analytics and strategies and everything of the like, so if you're a content creator and want to find people in the same boat as you, definitely join the Express Rain Discord server. Now let's stop yapping and let's get onto it. So up on screen right now is the rerun schedule for 3.0, definitely a lovely selection. It's also insanely weird how Lingsha and Fei Xiao are already rerunning despite only being like 4 patches old by 3.0, and Robin is also rerunning despite rerunning with Fei Xiao as well. The only characters that aren't out of place here are Silverwolf, Boothill, and Jade. They really didn't need to rerun Robin and Fei Xiao already. The smartest thing to do in this patch is going to be pulling the Herda, then pulling Robin. If you're banking on Castories though, then I would skip this entire patch and go for Tribby in 3.1, then Castories in 3.2. That combo is going to destroy everything all the way up until like 5.x. Getting Fei Xiao if you don't have her is also smart, and getting Lingsha if you don't have a limited sustain is also smart. But if you have both Aventurine and Huoho for example and you don't plan on using Lingsha as a DPS, I also wouldn't really recommend her. She's the strongest sustain behind Aventurine in my opinion though, so it's also not ill-advised. Boothill is also the best single target boss killer in the game, and definitely got way better because of Fugue. I would honestly say that because of Fugue, he's actually even better than Firefly, and even Fei Xiao at being a boss killer. But the community is going to have to test all that out. Jade is also a smart choice if you're going to pull the Herda, however, this video isn't going to discuss which character to pull. That's going to come when the actual announcements roll up for the livestream. The livestream, by the way, is in about 9 or 10 days, of course during next week's Friday. So these insane triple rerun banners with insanely valuable units across the board. Are these good or bad? Let's discuss. The first thing that is actually really great about these reruns is of course it allows reruns to happen more often. We probably won't see Zila anytime soon because she's completely dead in the water, and definitely won't get any sales, but of course characters like Boothill are still absolutely insane. He was already the best single target boss killer in the game, but with Fugue now he's even better. You can easily do a million plus damage with him every turn when he breaks 2 weaknesses, and the Apocalyptic Shadow, where he's already the most versatile unit, he's even better. The 4 million HP Dino boss is probably even easier with him now, even though you could probably already kill it if you had Lingsha on the team, now it's just easier. Getting a Ruan Mei rerun would also be really valuable, despite me saying she's going to fall off a couple of videos ago, but her E1 and her signature Lycone are still some of the best in the game, so they're really valuable too. Eidolons and signature Lycones are insanely underrated, and they're definitely an easy way to keep using your favorite characters even if they do get powercraft. Now of course Acheron is super insane, but E2 Jingliu or even just E1 Jingliu is actually really underrated too. Jingliu's biggest downside is how much her damage falls off if she's facing off against only one enemy, but with her E1 you can start dealing damage that rivals even Fei Xiao with a good enough build. Not to mention E2 giving her an 80% damage boost to the next enhanced skill after using an ultimate. E2 Dill is also still pretty damn great because of how many turns he takes, and the big damage boost his E1 gives. E1 Jade is also one of the best in the game, at least the way I see it because it opens up her use for the Apocalyptic Shadow and MOC, and people who already have her can now get a chance to get her E1 as well. We also can't forget E1 Robin, of course. When talking about other dead units that don't see much action, then E1 Black Swan is a straight up 25% damage boost to all teams that use fire, lightning, physical, or wind, as long as there's a DOT of that element on the enemy. E2 Sparkle is widely used for 0 cycles, and that's basically the only ones I could think of right now. Now I'm not telling you to start wailing on your favorite units to avoid power creep, that's obviously not the message here. F2P players who want to keep using their favorite units obviously shouldn't just pull out the credit card. The message here is that because we could start getting rerun banners way more often, with these triple rerun banners, or if we see them on both banner cycles, 6 triple rerun banners, then you'll be able to get your favorite characters as Eidolons more often, and see them actually usable in the endgame content again pretty effectively. I would even compare E1 S1 Jingliu to E0 S0 the Herda, but only in the MOC and Apocalyptic Shadow, not at all in pure fiction. Another really great consequence this has is preventing FOMO. When people say these triple rerun banners are greedy, which we are definitely going to be talking about by the way, this video isn't all about just chilling Hoyo, but if you know triple reruns are going to happen more often, which because of the 3.0 banner schedule, which by the way has been confirmed by multiple trusted sources, we're going to start seeing them more often probably. If they happen more often, then you'd be less inclined to be worried about not seeing a new unit you unfortunately missed. FOMO is the biggest predatory tactic that gacha games use, so anything to reduce FOMO, which honestly as HSR has been really great at, and if you think otherwise you're definitely ignoring multiple features, is very nice. They put event-like icons in the Herda shop, put past events in a specific tab where you can get more jades from, and now reruns seem to happen way more frequently. That's definitely all very nice. So, reducing FOMO and seeing your favorite characters more often is definitely the biggest upsides of this. Now let's get on to the downsides, which, with Hoyo, there's always a downside. The biggest downside is of course greediness. Putting 8 limited 5 stars in one patch is one of the greediest things they can do. Way to generate a load of money. I guess Dawe ran out of $100 bills to wipe his tears with. Hey Star Rail director, power creep the whole fucking roster and put 8 limited 5 stars in one patch. I need a new yacht. Anyway, I for one know that I want 5 of these limited 5 stars. I'm getting E1 S1 Fugue, and I also want the Herda, E1 Jade, Face, Xiaoglia, and Robin. Even Boot Hill too, because he's a cool motherfucker. Now I know these characters will be rerun another like 4 or 5 patches again if we get more of these triple reruns, but I also want them right now. I am indeed tempted to spend, but I'm a broke boy with only 3,000 subs, so no whaling videos just yet. Only when I reach like 100k. Anyway, greed is definitely a huge factor for them doing this. Having such insanely high value units all reran at one time is an easy way to guarantee a large amount of sales. Even if some people won't go for all of these units, they're at least going for 1 or 2. Another disadvantage in my opinion is it's also quite confusing for new players. Sure, you can go watch guides and all that, but in the end there's still 4 characters on the banner, and with all the conflicting opinions online, some people are going to have a pretty tough time choosing. This may not be a super huge issue, but it's definitely still there. Now people on Twitter are going to go absolutely nuts mad because of this, because they're going to start raving off about greediness and all, but they're only just starting to realize they're playing gacha games, so let's give them a little more time to process. In reality, I see this as an absolute win, and even if it is greedy, that's only really bad in principle. In practice, you're going to see way less FOMO, way more frequent character reruns, which means you can get chances to get your favorite characters more often, and you can keep them relevant for longer by pulling for their eidolons and signatures. Some people may not like pulling for eidolons and signatures to keep their favorites relevant, but I actually think that that's a perfectly fine thing to happen to a gacha game after a couple years of service. Even though Star Rail is only 1.5 years into service and you're forced to do that, but hey, they made the bed now and we have to sleep in it. Star Rail is a gacha game and they're going to use shitty tactics like power creep. It may have happened way faster than other gachas, may have been some slower than other gachas, but I think this triple rerun banner system is going to help at least a little bit, because you can now invest more often into eidolons for your favorite units. Don't spend money though, stay F2P or only ever buy the pass if you're desperate for as many units as possible. This is a gacha game, it's really predatory. Unless you're a content creator that actively profits from spending money on this game, you really shouldn't swipe whatsoever. Use that money to get a gym membership and some healthy food instead. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this and more financial advice in the future. Join the Express Friend Discord server where you can find people to chat with about Star Rail and just about everything else, and for even more financial advice. Thank you again for watching, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and I'll see you next time.